Being born without legs hasn't stopped me from doing the things that I want to do.
People just, they'd make fun of me because I didn't have legs.
The best way to deal with haters is to use the hate to lift yourself up. Your haters are your biggest fans, so use that to your advantage. My name is Zion Clark. I was born with a rare condition that caused me not to have legs. I was born with caudal regression syndrome. It is a very rare disease. 1 out of every 100,000 kids are born with it each year. Caudal regression syndrome is a rare disease that can cause a number of abnormalities in a baby. Like, it can be you have a portion of your spine missing, or in my case, I was born without legs. I lived most of my life through foster care up until about 16.
He came into my life when the caseworkers had reached out to me and said that they needed a placement for a young fellow. They bring Zion to my home some weeks later. Then it came to a point to where I just knew he was mine, and I just was so in love with him. And I approached him one day on the couch and I said, Zion, I know that I'm not your biological mother. And I asked him if I could get to be his mom. He said, yes, I want you to be my mom. I was like, well, let's do this. Let's do it.
The relationship with my mom is fantastic. She is the greatest woman I know, and she wants what's best for me. She wants what's best for me and my sisters. She never once was gonna give up on me.
I mean, I was always a troubled kid during school, so I mean, any little thing would make me mad. I just got in trouble for punching lockers or just back talking to teachers, Well, people just, they'd make fun of me because I didn't have legs, so they think I couldn't do something, or they'd be talking to me saying I wouldn't do something, and in turn I'd do it and get in trouble. But then after a while, I just got tired of it, so I'd stop reacting and I'd just let them talk, and eventually they started leaving me alone. School wasn't the greatest time for me, but by the time I was a senior, I was able to turn it around and get to college and start doing everything I wanted to do.
I started wrestling in 2nd grade. I could just go wrestle for a couple more hours, waste all my energy, and go home and just go to sleep. When I was really little, the first few matches, I didn't know what to do, and neither did my opponent. Some kids were scared to wrestle me. I was scared to wrestle them. I didn't know what I was doing. I adapted my wrestling by a lot of trial and error. I spent years figuring out what would work, what didn't work, and there's a lot of things that don't work, but the things that do work, drill them over and over and over again until they're completely flawless, until somebody might know I'm doing it, but I'm gonna do it anyways, whether they want me to or not. I am feeling great about a match. I train about twice a day, every single day, about 6 days a week. And it's an everyday thing, it's a grind, it's a lifestyle.
Zion was a very special athlete because he had perseverance, and his determination was second to none. It was very easy for me to coach him with qualities like that. Very good takedown. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Let's get the breakdown. He has no legs, so he doesn't have any power for the bottom half of his body, which puts him at a grave disadvantage for wrestling. I noticed that because of his willingness to do the things that he needs to do to win, that I knew that we could come up with something to make him successful.
How proud am I, Zion? Give me Z. Z, you got your Z, you got your Z. I am proud. I'm his #1 cheerleader. I told you I am the executive director of his fan club. I am very proud of him. How at first he was just so angry, but how he learned is each time to route that anger and to make it into something positive.
Being born without legs hasn't stopped me from doing the things that I want to do. The best way to deal with haters is to use the hate to lift yourself up. Your haters are your biggest fans, so use that to your advantage. My dreams and ambitions, one day to make the Olympic team, be one of the best freestyle wrestlers in the world. I want to be able to go back home, tell my mom, like, Mom, #1, there's nobody better. I'm going to try to keep getting better from there. I just want to be the best. The biggest lesson I've had to learn is that things will not always go your way, but you have to work with what you got. And once you're able to work with what you have, multiple doors will start to open.